Hey everybody, what's up? Man, I'm glad you stopped by. I really am. You know I do. I appreciate you. Uh, just a little short thing, real quick. It's Friday. I sure hope everybody had a great week, and I sure hope you're planning on having a great weekend. I mean, I'm going to try. It's going to be bloody hot, but it is what it is, right? So we just have to enjoy it the best we can. So one reason why we're preppers, right? One couple of big reasons, I guess I would say, why we prepare for what is coming. And we kind of can guess to what is coming from just watching the regular news, world news. I mean, it's a foregone conclusion that we are a world technically at war, which goes along with biblical prophecy, wars and rumors of wars. Do we not have that? We do. That's one reason why we prep long-term storable food, because we don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. We do have a good idea what's going to happen here in November if things go one way. And then if it continues on, because it's going to be like an SHtF light, or be a more of a medium. I've talked about this before. You know I have. 2 more years, 28. Those times between this November and 2 years after November in 28, prep as best you can, as much as you can, because things are going to get a little dicey as far as grocery stores being stocked, with food, especially in 27. There's all kinds of stuff that's going to go on that's going to hurt or hinder the supply lines. And they're already kind of interfering with supply lines, but it's not really enough that you may not notice, when you go into the groceries, right? Stuff's still there. There's still plenty of stuff there. But there's going to be a big possibility that there may not be as much stuff coming in 27. Number one, we have, in my opinion, terrorist cells all through this country. Homegrown, foreign, they're here. And they're waiting to wreak havoc on our electrical systems, our water systems, the whole 9 yards. Supply systems for food, the food chain. That's why I keep saying again and again and again, get all you can, Spend a little bit of that money on long-term storable food. There's a couple different major companies out there you can still get it by. Prices are never going to go lower. So now would be a good time to get some. And make sure your local pantries are fully stocked, with the stuff that you're going to use weekly by week, It just, you're short term. So, but what is probably going to happen is the TIFAs out in the Midwest, they're going to go crazy. These little terrorist cells, they're going to pop up. They're going to go crazy because that's what they do. I mean, it's just what they do. They want to put fear into everybody. You try not to let them do that, but you still prep. You still prepare for what's going on, even in your little towns, wherever you may live. If you live in a big city, be real careful, because doo-doo is technically starting to hit the fan, and it's going to hit the fan a whole lot bigger. So be prepared for that, Make sure where you go, if you're legally allowed to carry these things, carry them. Don't leave them at home. Always carry one. Hey, when the doo-doo does hit the fan, when that SHtF finally hits big time, nobody's going to care if you're carrying one of these or not. There's not going to be anybody to check you. So prepare and protect yourself as the best you can. And one of the biggest ways, I say it all along, is storable food. Long-term storable food is the best defense. Water, best defense, Stuff to defend yourself with, best defense, And that's medicines and stuff, over-the-counter stuff. Get yourself a boatload of over-the-counter medicines if you can, because there may come a time where you can't go to the store and just get the over-the-counter stuff. It's hard enough to get to an actual doctor and for them to give you some stuff, even if you're sick. They give you enough for just a couple of days, and that's it. You're going to need more longer-term type of medicine. So I'm just telling everybody, generally what I always tell everybody, be prepared, and stock up. don't let it worry you. Don't blow the bank on buying stuff. But now's a good time to start if you haven't started. And if you have started more than a couple of years, uh, pick up the stuff that you maybe didn't get, or still need, or maybe need more of. I talked about water catchment. Make sure you do that because you got to have water because you you can't live more than a couple, 3 days without water or some kind of like that. Food you can go. I saw food you can actually go 30 some days without food. You'd be hungry, but why do that, right? Why do that? Stock up now. Buy a bunch. If you like potato chips and pretzels and stuff like that, buy a bunch of them. Keep them sealed. Don't open them. Keep in a cool, dry place, and everything will be fine. And like I said before, camping equipment. If you have a bunch of good camping equipment, and that's talking Coleman stoves and the butane little canisters that go in these things these days, get a bunch of them. Just have a bunch of them. Have them on hand. Stash them somewhere where they, somebody might not just take them. So, all right then. Hey, look. I hope everybody had a great day. I really do. Get freaking prepared because, man, we are really in for some times, and especially the way things go in November and 2 years later in 28. If things go a certain way, then we're going to be in SHtF full-blown FUBAR big time, okay? So I'm just saying. So until next time, be good, be careful, cover your six, and it's going to be, so we'll talk to you later.